Hi, my name's David, and this is Revelation, which is now my small 27-foot wooden home that I refitted after the guest house business that I was upon at for 4 years closed due to COVID. So I set sail from the south coast of England in May 2020 and its cold grey English Channel to seek a different life, to sail slowly and single-handed around the world, to experience sailing that was exhilarating, fast, slow, rolly, with dolphins, with others, with new friends, with mesmerizing sunsets. To find anchorages that were picturesque, funny, busy, dramatic. So join me and Revelation as we attempt to sail around the world, to sail an idyllic life. So it's Friday the 2nd of April, and today is the time I leave. I had a party a couple of nights ago in the cockpit, just drinking B-52s, saying goodbye to my friends. Froth hasn't even recovered from that, went on for quite a while. Winds have been blowing easterly for the last 7 or 8 days, and now, as forecast, they've gone westerly for about 4 or 5 days. So I am off to the original plan was go straight to Tunisia, but last night, the night before the Easter holiday, it looks like the English and Spanish government have granted a 6-month extension to the Brits, not only the sailors but those living in their houses, going, can we stay, can we go, what? So they've a 6-month extension, so people living in their houses can stay in their houses. But it's not changed my plans much, although I'm still going in about 15 minutes time. But because I can now stay in the Balearics, instead of doing a night stop, saying I'm claiming safe anchorage for 3 nights before I go from Menorca down to Tunisia, I now can legally, almost legally, cruise through the Balearics. The only reason I can't do it legally is because of COVID, which is still really bad in Spain. It's Good Friday, April 2nd, and Spain, France and Italy have closed down people moving. So of course the yachts that are in the Balearics will sail around the Balearics, so there'll still be plenty of boats out. I can see sails, mast rather, leaving the marina. So I am going to drop anchor as if there's no COVID and there's no, Brexit now is extended for 6 months, so drop anchor until somebody chases me, because I can't stay there because of Brexit. I'm now not overstaying, because I am now a sailor from the third world, but you technically can't stay because people on Spanish mainland can't get the ferries to Ibiza. But as I'm just a single yachtsman, so I'll stay there until I get moved on, or maybe not, which means then I can, it kind of messes it all up really. It means I could cruise through the Balearics for a month and not need to go to Tunisia, although I want to go there. It's cheaper to get hauled out, and maybe by then the Italians have opened up, so I can do Sardinia, Sicily, and straight into Greece, which I believe are opening their borders mid-May. So what a mess. Anyway, I am gonna have a coffee in the cockpit, and then after 6 months, set my sails, start my engine, and head on to Ibiza. So let's see how we do. So this is where I keep a lot of my water. These are 8-litre bottles. 5 are too small and 10 are really quite clumsy, but these are 8-litre. They're pretty much lined both sides of the midships, and the rest of it in the bow and the stern. And all in all, for a boat this size, I have 300 litres of water, which is great, because ultimately the only reason you go into the marinas is ultimately water. 100 litres of fuel, so that's fine, and also adds about half a ton with the 300 litres of water, 100 litres of fuel, and I know same weight in food. It's about 500 kilos, which is a kilo is a litre, so 500 kilos, half a ton. So we think it goes from 3 tons to 3.5 tons. But anyway, that's where we keep our water. I mean, I could put more there, but I don't want to strain the stringers. They all just seem fine. I don't want to disturb 62-year-old woodwork, so there's no cracks. Well, no movement at all, because on the outside the freeboard is still really, really smooth. So anyway, water for the journey. 6 months. It's a goodbye to Torrevieja and hello to who knows. It's Good Friday, so all the water sports return to your out. There's rowers and canoeists, scullers. Power boaters, a few yachts ahead, leaving the breakwater. I'm not sure, do you give way to scullers? Let's just get out of this way. Okay, I got you. I'll put him off his stroke now. Yeah, scowl from a petulant teen who's been put off his stroke. I know what that feels like. Oh, and there's the first little bit of swell. Here you go, Revelation. See under your keel again. So we are going to sail straight for Formentera, or Esmeralda, which is a little island just north of Formentera. Doesn't look like an island, but it is, because it has a 100-meter gap in it. So I'm going to drop anchor there. 120 miles, but even at 4 or 5 knots, it's going to take me 24 hours odd. So I shall arrive there after a night sail, first in 6 months, to about, I don't know, 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, where I will drop anchor and see if one can stay. Get a good night's sleep, and then really try and spend some time to recalculate what a person might do when off the problems of Brexit are no more. Just these bloody COVID restrictions. Although they're just being cautious, because there's, like in England, I mean, I'm sure it's the same in France and Italy and Spain, there's a huge movement of people in Easter, so yeah, they just don't want that. So, well, we'll see. And you'll be the second to know. But as soon as we turn this breakwater here, I will be heading below to make a celebratory cup of coffee. Okay, so we are out. There's the breakwater. That's to windward, pretty much. So now we put the trusty auto helm on, which still merciful works. Really quite simple. That's all just fine. All those little first season adjustments, all the hang sprouts, so you put those in. So then we do the best bit. Kill the engine. Well, it's noon on the Friday. Got the full main up because the wind's really light, and a jib and my preventer, so it keeps that boom in control. And we are heading round the Cape in the distance and straight for Formentera. Wow, this feels so different now. Engine off, mainsail up, jib up, swell under your keel. Just need to put a preventer on this. It's 13 feet long solid wooden boom. You do not want it hitting your head. So you have this. Oh, and that wind's, come on, that's so nice. It's a pre-stretch rope, bow line, proper stainless steel shackle, which clips onto there and goes up to the Samson post and back down to a cleat there. And I shall do that right now. And even when it's not going to accidentally jibe, it just keeps it steady in this swell, you know. So clip that baby on there and walk around the deck. Okay, so that is, let me show you. So it goes through there, along the front, Samson post, around everything, and then just locks off. Goes all the way around. There. Pulls tight, just locks off there. Very simple. And then this end clips on the other side, and that comes off and becomes almost a sheet. And then faffing with all the sails. Oh my god, we are actually sailing. It's about, I don't know, 6 or 7 knots apparent. Still get 4 knots out of her. And I don't think she's badly crusted on the bottom. I don't think there's anything there. It is just that soft fur I felt. So here we are. It's almost like the first day of a new life. Easter Friday, and everybody is doing that thing. Here's a boat that's all grown up. Swiss, German. So it's 3 o'clock. I have had my inverter on for 2 hours. So my phones are fully charged. My 2 computers are, lights, shaver, all those things. And these are the fish farms that they laid down. There's a little West Cardinal over there. So I'm just keeping clear of that. Dead ahead is Santa Pola, and the wind has backed from southwest to south. So I am on, looking at the flag, it's in between a broad reach, beam reach. Seas have come up to about 6 feet at times, but we got great boat speed now. About 5.7 knots, which is splendid. See a little ship ahead, just to the left of the end of the fish farms, obviously harvesting the fish and taking it back to probably Alicante, which is kind of over there. But plenty of surf coming off the bow waves. So it's changed a lot from noon 3 hours ago since we left. But by God, we're sailing after 6 months. It is truly, truly great. It really is to be out on the water again. So the wind is really picked up now. It's blowing about 20 apparent. Great. Wow. And oh. And you get these waves are about 6 feet, but now and again you get a couple of the growlers about 9 feet, and they come up, push the boat over, and soak you back. So thank you for that. But yeah, it's 20 apparent now, so really breezy. We are passing Tabarka Island over there in the distance, and through here is Santa Pola. So we'll be going between them soon. So we're really getting a ride now. So that's what we're getting now, between 4 and 5 o'clock, 20 to 30 knots. So after 5 hours sailing, always have this wonderful little creak, the authentic sound of a creaking wooden boat. Anyway, time to check the bilges because we've been sailing for 5 hours. See how much water or not has got in. Okay, that's really not so bad. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter whether you're a 27 footer or a 36 footer, you just roll all the time. Wind staying pretty constant now, so a really nice night sail. They are heading over to, wow, Alicante in the distance there. So okay, if we're going to have full disclosure of habits on board a 27-foot sailing yacht, yeah, it's they're almost right. It's kind of the least messiest way to eat a kiwi. So yeah, hats off 27-year-olds, well done. Which is just as well, because I have about 40 of the bloody things. But we're told though by those who profess to know it's good for us, so who am I to say not? So it's 6 o'clock, about 5 miles from Calpe. Wind is still blowing 20 plus knots. Seas picked up quite a bit, so wasn't quite the lovely 15 knots that you'd want on a first day sail after 6 months, but hey, it's pretty cool. Well, it's 7 o'clock on Friday the 2nd, and the wind has completely died. It was coming from my stern, blowing south, so the swell is still coming from the south, but the wind is gone. Do you see the arrow? It's gone there, northeast, which is exactly where Ibiza is. So I'm heading north, which at the moment is towards the shore of Benidorm. I've still got a rolly boat, but that should be gone in half an hour, so perfect time to make something to eat. Still a little rolly, and yeah, got my night hat on. Yeah, it's funny, it goes, as soon as the sun goes low, it gets a bit cold, so put a jumper on, put some jeans on, put a hat on. One of the rules of sailing is don't get cold. It's really hard to warm up. So I'm going to give it half an hour to calm down, and then I'm going to, as I've sorted my stove out for the evening, so pull the stove, put the burner forward, and there's my bar to save pans going all over the floor. And the bilges, still not so bad. A little bit of water, but I pumped it out before with a pump, 2 minutes. So considering the waves we've had, it's been not much water coming in. So I am now going to start preparing some food. So the end of the first day, or coming to the end of the first day, sunsets in about half an hour. Had 25 knots of south, and now it's about 7-8 knots of northeast, so the sea has just about gone down enough for me to start my evening meal, which is pretty safe to cook because you know you sit down, so you can't be thrown around like on bigger galleys. So I'm going to have a decent hot meal, stay hot the rest of the night, watch the sunset. So there's the benefit of having really big windows. You can cook your food, which is going to be, well, kind of my usual rice, onions, sweet corn, and then I bought this posh stuff. I'm not sure it's going to look like that when I finish with it, but yeah, and £3.50 a can. I bought a few of them just to be impressed, so we shall see. But yes, so I shall have a bit of an evening sunset cruise because the sun is just about to go down, and the sea is mercifully gone down now, so it should be quite a nice sunset. I can even hear planes taking off in the distance from Alicante airport, so it's still around. Another 20 minutes and it'll be quite still, but it's fine. Safe enough to cook some food, that's for sure. Yeah, that's fine. So here endeth the first day at sea. Well, the wind is about 2 or 3 knots, heading away from the Benidorm coast. It's time for some bed.